guys, welcome to another challenge. Today we have two sentences. One of them is actually broken up into a quote. Okay, so let's divide out our sentences according to their punctuation. We've got a comma here, another comma here, and another comma over here. And then we have a period, and there's a question mark right there. Okay, so once again, we could see a potential dependent clause and independent clause, but the conjunction here may probably indicate something else, but let's see what we have. So start with your subject, we, predicate pause, awesome. And then we have toward, that's a preposition, so we won't worry about that. And then we have the conjunction and, followed by I, and then predicate will go. Now, as you could see, toward is another preposition, faction history, something is happening that's a mirror image of what we see in the front. So this is a good either contrast or comparative effect that we see in this first sentence. Next is he, subject, and predicate raises. Okay, and then we have a question, are you? So remember that questions are typically reversed, which means this is our subject and our predicate is right there. So that pretty much takes care of the question. All right, now let's take a look at our noun cases. So we pause. Pause is stopping, same thing as going. So we have an action verb which will not, in this case, take a direct object. Now you can pause a TV, right? So I pause the picture. That requires not really a verb of motion of any kind. It's a verb of action that will take a direct object. Remember that some verbs that indicate motion and can also indicate action. So in this case, we will not see a direct object, but we will see a preposition at. Okay, so it's showing us a location. We pause, which is a motion, at what? At the split. So split here is our object of preposition. And then we have another preposition, in, and then we have a hallway. Then we have where. Okay, so here is where we will break a sentence, because where is an adverb indicating time, or it could also be a relative pronoun. Why? Because it relates to hallway. Okay. So again, it starts a new clause, and we know this because we have a subject that starts it, and we have a predicate. And notice that go is a verb of motion. One way is not a noun or a preposition of any kind. It's simply an adverb. How do I know this? Because it describes how he will go. Remember, something that describes how something is going to happen, in other words, how a verb is going to be verbed. So let's say I hit a ball hard, right? So it describes how I hit. Therefore, hard is an adverb. And in this case, one way is how he will go. Therefore, it's also an adverb. And toward, preposition. And this we have to take together, advanced math. It's a class, right? And when we did punctuations, you guys recall capitalizing certain things. Typically, if I'm talking about math, I just, as a noun, so for example, generally I don't like math. It doesn't refer to a class, it simply refers to a subject, so this would not be capitalized. But because this class is called an advanced math class, it's capitalized. And then, and, conjunction. Notice that he and I, these are contrast sentences put together in one main clause. So I will go, same thing, same concept. The other, and again, this is answering how somebody is going to go. Okay, the other way, one way, the other way, and we have a preposition, and then we have a subject or a class called faction history. Okay, perfect. That takes care of our first long sentence. Then he raises. This is once again a verb of action, which is going to take a direct object. What did he raise? He raised an eyebrow. And then we have something called at me. Okay, so clearly a preposition at me and the object of the preposition, but remember that I'm being indirectly affected by the raising of the eyebrow, which means I am an indirect object. Okay, and even though you don't see to or for, the sense is still the same. English simply says at, but you could also say towards me, and it has that to or for effect. So he raises, direct object, eyebrow. I'm indirectly affected by the raising of the eyebrow, so I am an indirect object, and this stays the same. So there you go, that takes care of this, and our verbs are first person plural, present, active, indicative. And again, it's active, not passive, okay? He will go is third person singular. It's future. Singular, future, simple, active, indicative. Now I should indicate this the same way here, present simple. Next we have I will go is another first person, but this time singular. It is also a future, simple, active, indicative. And he raises is third person, singular, present, active, simple, active, indicative. Followed by are you, a question, second person, singular. Now, here's the thing, how do we know? Because there's only two people here that are being discussed, and it's he who's asking the question. So he's obviously asking the question of the narrator, which is second person singular. And again, English is one of those languages where you actually have to check for context. Other languages will make it clear whether we're talking about one you or more than one you. So second person singular, it's present, simple, it's active, but it's an interrogative. Okay, perfect. So remember, interrogatives talk about questions. All right, that's it, guys. Those are all the verbs. Thank you so much for watching this challenge, and I hope you enjoy this week. Should be a good one, and yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.